6 months ago, many of you sent me your shops. Some of you might not remember you did that. In this video, we'll be pulling your shops open and looking at what the last 6 months has been like. Some of you maybe made serious improvements and changes, and I will call that out. And maybe some of you are stuck in the exact same place you were in 6 months ago. And maybe some of you have given up on Etsy. We're going to find out today. And this will be just as much a surprise to me as it is to you, because I have not looked at these shops in 6 months. And if you like videos where I use your actual shops as the examples, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, because I'll be doing many more videos that feature your shops. All right, this one is a really great opportunity for anyone who does handmade to kind of see similarities. Been on Etsy 7 years, 5,000 orders. This tells me the product, especially a consumable product like this, must be high quality. In a shop with only 35 listings but 5,000 orders, this means a lot of repeat sales or multi-item purchases. However, we have not elevated the brand to reflect that quality, moving away from kind of the Facebook marketplace style photos and moving towards a more elevated photo. Also, I would say the same exact thing with the labeling. We want to update, elevate both of these. I'm noticing that all of the SEO is super product focused. So one big thing we'll want to do is help you target new profitable customers with customer-focused SEO instead of product-focused SEO. There's so much more traffic you could be seeing in these listings. All right, this shop is all digital and been on Etsy 9 years with 11,900 sales. However, I am noticing that the price points are super low. Because of the listing fees and Etsy's percent, this 11,900 sales probably did not even translate into $11,000 over 9 years. I would estimate that on average, if we looked at the total shop's revenue, it's probably under $1,000 a year, which is that really worth your time? So couple things here. When it comes to graphics, love the SVG market. However, who are you selling to? Are you selling to the individual user or the B2B market? You will have much more consistent revenue if you target the B2B market. The SEO here is not at all targeting that market. So you're missing like the best customer you could possibly be getting in front of. Now, couple other things. Noticing some possible trademark issues. And the major thing I want to point out, because you have so much text, is we are missing the essential updated modern font pairings and font duos of this year. And so typography, biggest issue, hands down. So we want to update these. And we have a full guide for that in our coaching program for typography recommendations. I would also be definitely updating our photos. I have sellers who have done like 80, 90,000 orders of SVGs, PNGs, similar concept, different execution. And I will say just the white background SVG by itself, like there's so much more you could be doing here to get the customer to click in. So we want to update the thumbnails as well. Oh, this one shut down. No more. See, don't throw in the towel. At least be willing to test out proven strategies before giving up on your shop. All right, this one, 9 sales in 10 months. Okay. A lot to be updated here. Major things I'm seeing are we're missing the product framework, the SEO is not optimized for Etsy, and the text is so small that no one can read that on mobile, especially when you look at how busy the background is. The background has higher contrast than the product itself. We want your product taking up at least 80% of the thumbnail, which it isn't right now. And then we have Amazon style listings here with the white backgrounds, which I would not recommend. I also do see a lot of Halloween, and we don't want to have any holiday listings until you're at least at 100 orders. So really, I would say a good solid reset for this shop would be helpful. I'm also noticing that when we look at the banner and the branding that we've created here, I love that. The Oliver patterns, the vibrant colors, the eclectic feel. But then when we scroll down, it's not at all like that. It's completely different. So we are creating one aesthetic at the top, and then when we scroll down, it's like totally different. 2 completely different customers, which creates a confusing experience. All right, this next one, 22 sales in a year and a half with, let's see here, stationery, stickers. All the thumbnails need to be updated. And I'm noticing that the SEO is super product focused. We need to pivot into customer focused SEO. Short tail keyword stuffing, seaside, coastal, summer art. Long tail keywords are what we want to use, 3 or more plus words that make up a searchable phrase. For example, Weymouth, someone's gonna troll me in the comments for this, Weymouth Harborside watercolor. Who would be typing that in? Is the person who would buy this, would they be typing that in? Or are they simply looking for UK travel postcard? Or is this a postcard or card? Greeting card? card set, blank card set just because? Or would it be England wall art for powder bathroom, right? The location, where are people going to put this? Are they going to frame it? Are they going to have it alone? Upsells of framing would be such a good idea here. I would definitely consider moving into print on demand, and maybe even like with the scenes you have going here, these could turn into really great print on demand puzzles. You could create toile scenes and put them on nursery crib sheets. Like, I see so much potential here. You could do a toile print on wrapping paper using a lot of these designs together. I just think we're really underutilizing your skill set, and you're not getting in front of a profitable customer since it's so product focused. Also, backgrounds, we never want backgrounds to distract from the product itself. So we have a lot of really low contrast happening, background versus product, and busy backgrounds with pencils and things. It's a little bit distracting. It's not highlighting and featuring the product as well as it could. Okay. The next one. All right, this next one, 14 sales in 2 years. Okay, so big thing here is SEO needs updating, competing with themselves. They're only serving this customer in one area of their life. Font pairings all need to be updated, and we're not targeting a profitable customer. When we see the biggest visual real estate in the shop, we really don't know who you're targeting. The aesthetic, it needs to all be updated. The sizing of the graphics, I'm not really seeing personalization included here when that is the main selling feature for this customer is personalization, and there is no personalization. So I would say really update every single listing in the shop, remove about half of them. All right, this one, 44 sales in 11 months. A lot of updates to be made here. Looks like you might be shifting away from handmade and moving more into print on demand. Very polarizing aesthetics are happening in the shop. I would avoid any type of typography right now, just because the typography I'm seeing and the fonts we're using are just pretty outdated. And so I would move away from those fonts. I would actually I think we're overusing text altogether. The SEO that we're using is also very product focused. So I don't think you're getting in front of a profitable customer at this point. There are 18 types of photos that'll give you a higher conversion rate, which we're missing as well. And then all of these need updating to really be high converting descriptions. Right now, they're a little bit chat GPT. All right, this one, Karen's Dream Designs. Big thing. This is a shop selling digital products. What do people judge when it's a shop selling digital products? They're judging any of the digital design in the shop. So when we have an overstretched, pixelated banner and we're selling our design skills, we've lost the trust immediately. So we need updating there. I really like the direction you're going with all over patterns. Some of the solo graphics I would recommend removing from the shop if they're just looking a little more outdated. Big thing I'm noticing is the scale of your prints is all shown in a very similar scale, nearly identical. When we look at the size of that monkey and the size of the book and the size of the bow and the size of the phone, they are all the same. And so we are not testing size and scale of our patterns at all. Also, there are some great trends for the next few months that we've put together. There's actually 40 trends. We have a 68-page guide we've put together for our sellers, and incorporating some of those trends into the shop would be important. But moving away from cherries and bows would be a good idea. Anything that is very like last year, I would be pulling out. And we're having a lot of the beigey yellows, and I just think your graphics are not popping very well off of that more vintage inspired background. So few updates to be made here. I would also make sure we're not too cookie cutter, that we've maybe have different scales within the patterns to make it feel a bit more organic. I love this direction for you, but before you get ahead of yourself, we got to fix the execution. And again, with patterns, B2B customer right there, but we're not getting in front of a B2B customer with the SEO that you're using right now. Okay, the next one is this shop, 10 months, 2 sales. That kind of breaks my heart, to be honest. I would say for this shop, we need to make sure we're targeting a profitable customer. We have way too much text happening in that banner and on the thumbnails. We have full-on sentences as our text overlays with punctuation. We don't need any of that. I would be removing all of that right now. We are overusing our text overlays here. We could really clean up what we have, remove about half of the listings, help you with font pairings, and then give you a better pricing strategy to get some momentum with. So don't create any new listings until we probably remove about half of them and then update the other half. All right, this one, okay, 783 sales in 8 years. Okay, we're totally missing site merchandising and Pinterest optimization, and those are two 2 things that are essential for this type of customer. Also, did I just see shiplap background with eucalyptus? 2 things we never want to have in our thumbnails anymore or any of your photos anymore. Whitewash shiplap and eucalyptus. If you see mock-ups with that or backgrounds, run away. I would avoid it if possible here. But as we expand, you have a lot of listings for only having 783 orders. We're not getting the 100 orders a month, it looks like, from what I can tell. So we are missing order velocity, which tells me that your low price point items are not effective as loss leaders currently. People always think, well, I have low price point items in my shop, so check, I've done loss leaders. But loss leaders aren't cheap items. Loss leaders are inexpensive items, like under $20, but the goal of a loss leader is to sell 20 times per day. That one listing, not all of your loss leaders together, which would mean 20 orders per day stacking up, or 140 orders in a week on the loss leaders. So that's an effective loss leader. Inexpensive products that aren't selling, those are inexpensive products that are creating dead weight in the shop. And I can see why these aren't selling. We have a lot going on with your mockups that we would want to be updating. Some font updates we'd recommend. So font updates, pricing update, some color updates as well. There's some really good trends in birthday and event if you'd be open to incorporating those. All right, this one is interesting. 0 sales for 11 months. You could do so much with Etsy if you wanted to. This customer is on Etsy. That customer who treats their dog like a child is absolutely on Etsy, and they're spending a lot of money on it, just like they would a child. You're just not getting in front of them. So we need to build out the product mix to serve that customer, and not just in that area of their life of taking care of the dog or having digital products for the dog, but other areas of their life as well, so we can increase the lifetime value of that customer. All right, this one here, we need to focus on A/B testing. A/B testing, 3 years, 748 sales, but the price points are so low. That's probably just a few $1,000s in total. We want to be seeing a few $1,000s a month. And currently, we aren't doing enough as far as testing, as far as different aesthetics, trending aesthetics that would capture that type of volume. So lots of updates to be made here. Okay, so this one is interesting. So we have a mix of digital and print on demand. I see a huge problem right out the gate. What is the problem? Can you guys tell? We're duplicating listings that have not shown a proof of concept. That's where you can create dead listings inadvertently really, really fast. And we only want to do that if something is selling really well. Also, concerns around typography. So fonts, typography, a lot of concerns around that. And then also some of the colors we're seeing, some of the turquoise and the teal, and that combination of turquoise, coral, and mustard. Or sometimes we'll see a purple added in. We want to avoid that. We really want to avoid that this year. Okay, the next one, we are seeing only 99 orders, but in 2.5 years. So we need to definitely update your thumbnails. These are very Amazon-centric photos. Also, your SEO is super product focused. There's no customer focused SEO anywhere in here. So even making that one update alone would make a huge difference. And then curious what your goals are, because we want to build out the product mix to serve this customer in different areas of their life for 4 to 7 years. And currently, it seems like we might just be picking products and hoping they'd sell versus being very strategic about the types of products we're adding. And so when I see that the highest price point is an embroidered sweatshirt, tells me we're missing a lot of opportunity for revenue. All right, the next one is 9 months, 24 sales, but a good goal when you're starting out, especially with low price point digital products, is 100 orders a month. Remember, these shops submitted to me 6 months ago, and we are 6 months later still only at 24 orders. So all these listings need updating. We have very, very busy, distracting backgrounds. The text is the main selling point of most of these designs, yet no one can read the text on mobile. So we have some major mobile optimization updates that we need to put into place. Also curious if this seller would be interested in expanding beyond just digital, because the nursery market, even with print on demand, is insanely on fire. So I'd love to help them with that. All right, this one, ooh, this is fun. Okay, 2 years, 688 sales, super low price points. Whip leather, especially leather that has a print to it, a texture to it. We do not want to put brown textured leather on a brown patterned wood background. A pattern on a pattern, same color, we don't want to do that. And so I think we're missing huge opportunities with your photography, opportunities to stand out, opportunities to get some trends in place too. Like we're missing some trends in the jewelry space Also, if you want to get into engraved like reception decor, I'm thinking wedding reception, favors, like you could totally get into this market. Stocking stuffer market would be just as good, party favor market, but we're not doing it in a trendy enough way. So I'd be updating those and really removing all of this font that you have on your text overlays and replacing that. Okay. Next. Oh, this shop shut down. Ooh, my laser shops do so well. Okay, I love helping laser businesses. I was a laser business. Biggest thing here, we're using artificial lighting. The lighting in the photos has to change. The thumbnail photos themselves have to change. These text overlays, they have to go. No more tile background, no kitchen counter. Like all the photos need updating. Text, typography, fonts all need updating. The In My Era vibe that did really well like 2.5 years ago. This kind of thing with the heart in the middle did well like 4 or 5 years ago. So we need to make updates. Oh my gosh, they're all digital. Okay, so this is all digital. First of all, do you want to keep it all digital? Second of all, that just means we're hardly making any money here. What is your financial goal? That's like a main question I have. You are only doing the files. Okay, even more of a reason to update all of your thumbnail photos. They have to be updated. You could be getting in front of a B2B customer, but you're currently not. Script, yeah, we want to get your shop name out of all of this. Just for perspective, we have had sellers who sell only digital products, similar price points, that have scaled to over $117,000 per month. And so people who come to me and say, do you help people who have digital products? Or do you think you can make, good money on Etsy with digital products? Yes, absolutely you can, especially utilitarian products. So any product that helps someone save time, save money, make money. Okay, I could do this all day. Let's do one more. 22 sales in 17 years. However, in the last 6 months, right? These shops submitted these shops to me 6 months ago, and we're still not beyond 22 orders. All of these photos have to be updated. No holiday listings till you have 100 orders. I would not keep any of these same mock-ups in the shop. I would get rid of every single thumbnail and replace it with a different one. Yeah, they're just looking outdated, and the props and the backgrounds and the wood tones and the warmth. And so even if you were to pull in a trendy print or something, because the context that print is in is outdated, it makes the actual product itself look outdated. Out of these 109 listings, I would probably remove 70 of them and leave the best 39 with updates. I hope this was helpful. I could do this all day, and actually I do this all day, but what I'm doing right now is just a high-level overview. This is the what needs to be changed and why you're not seeing results, but not the how to fix it. Inside coaching, that's where we actually go through your shops and your listings individually. We'll do competitor analysis, give you new SEO, give you customized pricing strategies. We will give you product ideas, customer ideas, help you with your variations and your upsells. If you would like the opportunity to get your shop audited live and in real time, I actually have classes every week, kind of like workshop style. We give you resources. I do a deep dive teaching framework in the beginning. And then at the very end of the class, we do shop audits for at least 5 people who attend live. And if you want to be one of those people, and if you want to learn real e-commerce principles that you can apply to your Etsy shop, come to one of those classes. We'll put the link to attend one of my free workshop classes in the description of this video, and then we'll leave a comment where you can RSVP and save your seat as well. I would love to see you on one of those classes and get the chance to get my hands on your shop. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video.